What's going on, everybody? It is Chris Classic. I have just got off of work. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day as I'm cutting up my defrosters. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. I love you. Christ loves you, and everything. Low key, I wanted to talk about a very, very serious subject. The name of this live, because I'm just doing this till I get home, but I did feel like this is something I needed to talk about. The name of this live is pro wrestlers are people too. You know, uh, we make mistakes, we do good things, we have families, we have other sources of income, we have emotions. You know what I'm saying? And we also have opinions and facts. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say that because I do think a lot of people they get intertwined with everything that we do, and they feel like they may be entitled to certain things that we provide or we should give them. And no, we have a right. Wrestlers have a right. Now, me on the independent scene, I'm not having a lot of people come up to me asking me for autographs at airports or asking me to sign figures and stuff, or people coming to my house, or people waiting at hotels for me to come out of the hotel room to take pictures that they never asked me for, or me going to the bathroom and somebody taking a picture of me washing my hands. I'm not there, you know, and I don't think that that's fair to wrestlers that are there. You get what I'm saying? Earlier today, I talked about people protecting their character and stuff like that. And I understand, but at the same time, they are still human, which means if we want to go out to eat, we have the right to go out to eat. Wrestlers have a right to go out to eat. What's going on, Robert Brown? What's happening, brother? Just talking about some things, a couple things about fans breaking boundaries or wrestling people. Not even fans, because if you're a fan, you respect people's boundaries. But we just talking about things. We talking about like the Liv Morgan thing, and we also talking about like the Sonya Deville and even Randy Orton thing, right? So think about it like this, right? So the biggest thing is Liv Morgan basically being hounded at the airport for autographs and stuff like that, and her saying basically no, and you know, not even looking interested in doing it. She has a right to say no. You get what I'm saying? With the airport and stuff like that, maybe she was late, and even then, if she says no, she can just say no. It's not owed to people. And I do think that people go too far with trying to get an autograph and stuff like that. It wasn't that long ago where Rey Mysterio didn't even have his mask on, was at the airport, and people was hounding him to sign autographs of Rey Mysterio figures. Now, I think that he probably would have said yes if it was only one figure, but they had a whole tote of figures they wanted him to sign. They wanted him to sign merch and everything because what they wanted to do was they wanted to sell it online. And he said no. And a lot of them were like, well, I'm a fan, I'm a fan, I'm a fan. My thing is this, he only needed to say no once. Liv only needed to say no once. Nobody needs to say no more than one time. If they do not want to give you an autograph, you are not entitled to it. If you do not want to support them, okay, move on. But at the same time, you cannot force these people to do something that they don't want to do. Like, to me, it's quite ridiculous. Like, Sasha Banks, press for Alexa too. Yes, sir. I had no idea what thing she was going through. I'm praying for a breakthrough in the name of Jesus and everything. You know, a lot of people going even into this video, it wasn't even intentional, was that a lot of people just assumed anything was wrong. She's getting depushed, she's getting this, and she's getting that. She's about to quit WWE. And then I believe she was on The Masked Singer, I think. She just unmasked today on the show or whatever like that. So people just assume stuff. And that's fine to a certain degree. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't even try to talk bad about people's livelihoods and what they should do with their career and stuff like that unless it's from a good spot. But going into it, the thing with like Sasha Banks, right? People were really mad at Sasha, and they said that she had an attitude because when you will see her take pictures with fans or people at the airport, she has a stank attitude, or she's not smiling at some of them. And then she actually spoke about it in one of these interviews. I think the one she was eating hot wings, the Hot Ones interview. And she said, it's just like, we're human, we stressed out and stuff like that, and sometimes they come out of nowhere and they ask. I'd say be grateful she did it. Like, I go to work and I have an attitude. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want nobody to talk to me and stuff like that. So what makes you think that a wrestler that travels all around the world is different? And it made a whole big stigma about Sasha having an attitude, because a lot of the pictures that she took, she wasn't smiling, or she looked irritated. She has a right to feel that way. She's a human. Maybe she was trying to go somewhere to the airport. Maybe she was trying to find somebody, or maybe she's with her husband or whatever like that, and they're trying to get everything together. She has a right to. Pete Dunne said the same thing. He was out with his wife and his baby, and it was very cold, and people wanted to take pictures, and he was like, no, because I want to make sure that my child and my wife is safe. That's the thing. Wrestlers are people too. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. The internet gives everybody a bigger option and a platform to speak their opinions on people, regardless if it's right, coming from a good place or not. But at the same time, these are people who like to go out to eat, who like to have fun, who sometimes like to be chill. Last year, there was a fan who found where Arn Anderson lived, knocked on his door, and asked him for an autograph. And Arn looked out of place and low-key looked a little intimidated that somebody knocked on his door for an autograph. There are boundaries that should be placed. Starting to make Undertaker saying walking around with weapons make more sense, don't it? It sounds like it makes more sense, because you're protecting yourself at all times. Because some people don't know boundaries. Some people steal gear. Like, there's stories even on the independent scene, people stealing people's gear, people taking random pictures and stuff like that. It's unnecessary. You get what I'm saying? So these are my things. There's a picture I just saw today of Randy Orton. Randy Orton was washing his hands, and somebody was taking a picture. A kid. I guess his dad was behind him. And Randy looked at him crazy because he was washing his hands. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Because you ask. Like, just ask. Please be respectable to wrestlers. Even ones on the independent scene, people just be respectable and ask for pictures. Me, I don't really mind when people take pictures of me and stuff like that. That's fine. You get what I'm saying? But it's like, if I'm at a personal outing with my family or whatever like that, check on with us. Don't just straight do it. That's not cool at all. I think of the Sonya Deville situation, how she had a stalker, and the stalker tried to kidnap her, and we like, okay, cool, we're thankful that the stalker got arrested or whatever like that, but at the same time, that affects her in the long haul. She just got pulled over not too long ago, and she had a gun on her, and I'm not even mad that she had a gun on her. The state, I believe, she couldn't carry or something like that. But she had it to protect herself because of what happened with the stalker. You get what I'm saying? Like, wrestlers are people too. They are human. They want a sense of protection, that they have a family, or even if they're by themselves, they want to go out to eat, they want to have fun. They don't owe a picture. They don't owe autographs. They don't owe that. They have autograph signers for a reason. And if they're at the store, you ask them for one and they say yes, cool. If they say no, fine. Begging and stuff like that, that's just one of those things. And I do know that there's a lot of wrestlers that are a-holes, and then you have some that are very, very nice. A lot of people aren't like a classic alpha when it comes to pictures and all kind of stuff. A lot of people ain't like that, honestly. It's a way of life, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, these people are human, and to sit there and just take pictures and stuff, and it's not even just wrestlers. There was a video of, what's her name, Shannon Sharp walking in the airport, and the guy was just recording him. And Shannon was like, really? And he was like, I was like, yeah, really. And he just shook his head because of the rights that people have. But at the same time, wrestlers also have the right to withhold giving you an autograph or a picture and stuff like that. They don't like, and I'm saying this from a great place, because I am a wrestler. I am a professional wrestler, right? I love fans. The fans love me for the most part. And I don't mind taking pictures and doing things and stuff like that. I don't mind that kind of thing, but there are limits and lines that do have to be drawn. One, me as a wrestler, and to them as a fan or a person who just likes watching wrestling. There is a limit. There is certain things that should not ever be crossed. And that's when somebody says no, you have to abide and you have to respect that. Wrestlers can have a bad day. Wrestlers can be going through mental health things, and maybe they don't want to be social. And some people will be like, "Oh well, if you don't want to be social, then why are you in wrestling?" I'm like, some people can have bad days. It just happens. I used to work at Toys R Us, so that's basically a sales representative. You have to be social. Some of us didn't want to be social, so we hid or we did whatever we had to do. So that's all, man. Just these people is human too, man. Like, maybe they are going through some stuff. Some people do read some of the nasty things and hateful things that y'all say on the internet, and feel like treat you back. Some people do. Then that makes it not fun for them, and sometimes they don't want to do it. Henceforth, remember the Sasha situation. Came out of nowhere. She got an attitude that she needs to do this and she needs to do that. Sasha don't need to do anything. If you messing with her personal space, she don't have to do that. It's Mercedes Moné now, but do you get what I'm saying? DeVille has a sense of trying to grab a sense of protection. These kind of things scar people, and sometimes it don't make them better to go outside or even having a social job like that. But these wrestlers are people, so it's just like they don't owe you stuff. No boundaries. Hey, can I take a picture? And I crack jokes about Mercedes, formerly known as Sasha's pictures, at the photo op, because people was like literally like 6 feet away to take pictures, and it cost $150. Now I said I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry, I ain't doing it. First of all, I ain't paying $150 for a picture. That's me. Secondly, it was a long distance, but she has a right to. And some people had no problem doing it. Even if they had their child with them taking pictures. Some people liked it, some people did not. I ain't paying $150 for a picture. That's me. But then you see stuff. You see the thing with Sonya Deville. You see the things with Liv Morgan. You see all of this stuff to where people want to get close and they want to take pictures, or they demand autographs, or they demand you to take this and that or random things with their family. I take pictures with my family when I wrestle and stuff like that. But if I'm outside at like Cracker Barrel, I do a little Cracker Barrel chicken and dumplings, hot sauce, baby. But if I'm out there, if I'm eating over there and then somebody just randomly take pictures and say, "Oh, that's classic Alpha with his family," that's an issue. What's up, Jamie? Hope everything's going great with you. I'm seeing everybody responding and reacting and sharing your photos and your photography and stuff like that. Keep up the good work. But now, if you're just coming in, I'm just talking about like how wrestlers, and even you, like part of the business, taking pictures and photography, that we are people. And sometimes like even people on a higher scale, on like the WWE and the AEW, on how people demand autographs, so they take pictures, unsolicited pictures and stuff of people, and they're just randomly doing things like washing their hands or eating food or something with their family, and people feel like they're entitled to a picture with the wrestler even if they say no. But I'm like, no literally means no. A wrestler only needs to say that one time. Nobody needs to continue to say that over and over and over, and then if they swing on you, you're going to be upset. But they have a right to protect themselves, especially if they're by themselves or if they have a family or anything like that. The Sonya Deville thing, I really do think should have been talked about a little bit more, about her having a stalker and stuff like that. And a lot of us sympathize with her and empathize with her that she did have a gun when she got pulled over or wherever she was at, because she's protecting herself. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, is that these wrestlers are people too. They get attitudes, and even if they don't get attitudes, if they feel uncomfortable with taking a picture with you, they don't have to. And if they say no, then just say okay and walk away. You don't, come on, man. Like, to me, this is common sense. But me as a professional wrestler and a booker and a promoter, I gotta talk about this kind of stuff, because I do think that some people get too far. So that's all I'm saying. right, Jamie says, I don't care what level of a pro wrestler you are, you deserve a level of privacy. I agree. I agree. Everybody deserves privacy. Your business out there, you can't put business out there. It's just that's just how I feel about the situation. But my wife is calling me, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you guys are having a great night. Pro wrestlers are people too. Always remember that. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.